It's our fair part show. It's our fair part show. We all love forget. Blah, 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 Fred and Joe.
Hi. I'm... damn it. So hard not to get spaghetted. What a surprise that was. I've been spooked. It's a window cleaner, Belle.
It's a window cleaner.
Sorry.
That reaction was so unwarranted
Yeah.
for seeing a rope.
It's very scary when it drops down. Anyway, continue.
Okay, well...
Hopefully, whilst we're doing this off-air
Yeah.
pod, we are going to see the window cleaner go past.
I can't see it, so I'm...
I will give you a heads up.
Yeah, thank you.
Hi, I'm Liam. This is the Off-Air Podcast. We talk all things off-air. Ben is also here.
Present.
Sorry, I shouldn't have said Ben's here before you confirmed or denied if you were here or not. That was a bit forward of me. I'm sorry about that, Ben.
That's okay.
Belle
Present.
and producer Andy,
Present.
my good friend, my weekend hang friend.
No
don't
way.
know if you guys know, but
What?
Andy came to my house on the weekend. It's nice.
Where was our invite?
I don't know. I thought it was just more of a me,
be
Andy,
so
and,
needy,
and
Belle.
our partners sort of thing. See, Ben's cool about it.
Yeah,
He's
because Ben
cool.
hates us all and doesn't want anything to do with us on the weekends.
Well,
I'm
yeah.
not like that.
Andy and his lovely wife Kelsey came over. We had a platter, we had a few drinks, and we watched the Adelaide United game because Andy and I were planning a little trip to Sydney together for the final, but unfortunately that is no longer on the cards.
Thank you for inviting me. You have a beautiful home.
Thank you, Andy.
I heard you say in the show today that you are a bit of a platter king.
Did you like the platter? or-
Loved a platter,
Thank
but
you.
I also noticed that you were doing stuff and then you would turn around and Sarah would rearrange it.
She was rearranging my platter? Are you serious?
She didn't like how
Jesus
you
Christ.
did the strawberries.
To be honest,
Yeah.
I love-
now that I think
I-
about it, I've seen
I-
that before. I've seen that happen before as well.
You talk a big game about your platter. Can you bring a platter in and I
Yeah.
can judge it on
Yeah.
air?
and I also,
platters?
I
think-
don't. Your platters are not memorable.
They are memorable.
They are not
a lot
memorable.
of people comment on my platters.
Your secret.
I doubt that so much.
I think you've learnt how to do a good platter from Sarah, and
No.
your secret is to have fruit on there like figs.
We can call
or
her.
like apricots.
She trusts me to do the platters, but maybe it's like a job that like you give a kid because it's like you're just putting like
you're
bits in.
unwrapping things and putting it on it.
Well, but the thing is, I'm not like one of these ferals who has the dip just in the dip. No. I'll scoop the dip out and put it into like a little bowl just because it's a bit nicer.
Little ramekin.
Little ramekin, sir.
Two things that happened relating to this on the
Yes,
weekend.
yeah.
Because I'm like a pretty neurotic guy. Like things will happen in my life that I will replay forever in my head, and I can't get out of them. And I just
Yeah,
think it's
yeah.
really weird. Number one, I feel like we overstayed our welcome because you were going to a gig.
No, you didn't
And-
overstay your welcome, but there was a point where we did have to get rid of you
Yeah.
but I did.
Hang
to
on.
be
So talk me through the timeline. What time
Yeah,
did you get
what?
there? When did you leave?
We got there at about 7,
Yeah.
and it was about. We knew that you had a gig, so there was no like. This is why I've been like freaked
no,
out.
no,
about
no.
this, 'cause
It wasn't. It was
like
it was fine.
we left about 9:45.
Whoa!
No.
what time
you-
was the gig?
So just to lay it out, we had a frig day. A mate asked me to go to pub early in the day, and I was like, sweet, I'm going to do that. And I was like, oh, I should watch the game tonight. I'm like, Andy's probably watching it anyway, so I was like, we should get Andy girls over to watch the game. And I said, we've got a gig to go to later on. I said, if you guys want to come to the gig as well, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
And then you just sort of didn't reply to that part of the message, so I assumed you obviously didn't want to go.
Yeah, I was very awkward about that. But
Yeah,
I
well, you
didn't
could have just
really
said you didn't want to go.
didn't
That's
really
fine.
wanna go.
Like, that's fine. You could have just said, I was like, okay, he's just not responded to that part of the message. I'm like, fine, I can read between the lines. But yeah, and then I think Sarah felt awkward knowing that if the game went to extra time or penalties, we would probably have to leave. Otherwise, we'd miss the gig. But then, we lost 2-0 anyway, so it was
Yeah,
all
it was
good.
fine.
But there was a point where I was quite enjoying myself, but also if we didn't leave at that specific time, then we would have. So as soon as you left, we left as well. It's not
Yeah.
like we were hanging around.
That
What did you
stresses-
say,
that-
though?
That's so stressful to me that you was it a Saturday?
Yeah.
On a Saturday, you catch up with a mate at the pub for a beer.
Yeah.
Then you invite friends around.
Yeah.
For dinner or just
Yeah,
platter?
no, it was just a nice platter.
And then
Pretty nice platter as well. How
It was pretty good.
Pretty well
hang
arranged.
out for a couple of hours, and then you would go to a gig.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me.
I'd be exhausted.
Yeah, but I'm a sociable guy.
The second thing which has been playing on my mind, so there was a nice platter, but the text I got in the afternoon was, do you want to come round? Yeah. And then Liam said, how about we get some Uber Eats for dinner? And we said, or we could do a platter. We're happy to pick up some stuff. And you were like, no, we'll go get a platter.
Yeah.
So
I'm the platter guy.
I feel like we kind of forced you to do? a
Oh
platter?
no, not at all. No, we were already in South Melbourne for something anyway. So like we just thought, hey, we can have a quick stop off at the markets and get some of that truffle salami that I so love, and that's one of my secrets, Andy. So don't be sharing that
great.
around. That's not common knowledge. That's one of the reasons that my platter really.
What else
pops.
do you do on this platter that's so
Yeah.
special? So you got truffle salami. Yum, that's fine.
Very
It's
good.
better
You
than
put
the
your
Hun-
dip
better
in a
than-
ramekin?
Better than Hungarian. You put in your dip in a ramekin.
Yes.
What else you do?
So obviously mixed olives, pitted if you want. That's always
Also
nice.
in a ramekin or still in?
Yeah, always in ramekin. Always in ramekin. And I leave another little smaller ramekin for the pit if they're not pitted.
What kind of olives do you get?
I prefer mixed because there's a little bit of something for everyone. You get the
Yeah, but, like,
Kalamata,
are
you get the
you-
green.
If I was going for a crowd pleaser, I'd be going for the Sicilian.
But we're not all you, Ben. So some people have different tastes, and that's what a good plater really.
I think predominantly everyone will go.
caters to.
Most people, 9 out of 10, will go for the green olives, and they'll leave the black ones.
Are you getting like the marinated? Like you going to the deli or are you
Yeah,
getting
going
the
to the deli.
jars?
Going to the deli at the
What
markets.
deli?
Well, I can't reveal all the tips of the trade. Otherwise, we'll have these knockoff platters every
All
time
right,
I go to
what
Ben's
else have
house.
you got?
Yeah, what else you got? Yeah.
So only the finest prosciutto, obviously. Pick your poison. Really, Spanish prosciutto is pretty nice. It's sort of a bit more of a redder sort of. It's sort of a richer.
I've had real
meat.
Spanish prosciutto.
Yeah. Well, I suppose this is all real Spain. I'm
What
sure they're not
cheese-
lying to us.
what cheese have you
I've
got?
not been to Spain, but I'm assuming this prosciutto's from Spain.
Yeah.
What cheese?
I would normally have 3 cheeses, no more, no less.
What types?
We didn't know if Andy and Kelsey like blue cheese. We do, so we decided not to buy that.
We do for
For the record?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I could have done that. I like a blue cheese because I'm cultured. Obviously, you're going to need a soft cheese in there. Just your run-of-the-mill brie, obviously. A harder cheese, I went for like a sort of truffle. I don't know if you
It was
like
really
that.
nice.
Thank
It was
you,
good.
Andy. Yeah, you
And it was
liked
a
that one.
Jarlsberg.
It was a
the third one?
Jarlsberg.
Yeah.
Jarlsberg is kind of like a fairly bog standard cheese, but it's just good on a cracker, And obviously, we knew Kelsey celiac, so I had to cater for the gluten-free biscuit options. Normally, like a gluten-free wafer. If I'm going too much into the
No,
Did
no,
you
no,
have
no.
a quince?
yeah, a quince. Oh, I don't know if we
There's
did.
no quince there.
Whoa.
That was my second platter of the weekend. I made one for Sarah on Friday, and there was a bit of quince paste in that one, but we must have polished that off.
Do you
sorry.
put some like dark chocolate or
No chocolate. No, it's
Fruit?
not. Because sometimes I'll also do a dessert platter. So that's a whole different platter.
Yeah.
So, and we'll be here for another podcast if you want me to get into that as well. But there's a few little tips and tricks. You can put some little strawberries in there just to. Ideally, you don't want like too much meat in one section and too much cheese in one section. You want to kind of break it up with different things.
Any sort of breads or
Maybe like a grissini. But I quite often I haven't dabbled in bread yet, but I'm all ears, and that's the reason. That's one of the reasons why my platters are so good because I'm taking on board feedback from every time we have an event.
There's 4 people in this room. I get the feeling that all 4 of us think we can do the best platter.
I would love to have a platter off.
Can I
have a platter off.
say Bell's brought a platter to my house before? Most bogan thing I've ever seen.
Do you want me to get into the details of that?
Did she
platter?
do one of those
I-
gross ones?
no,
with the
it
worst,
was
like
like
you
the
rip you rip the plastic lid off.
It was like
Liam.
those Tupperware containers that it's been stained from the carrots. It's so old, and it's got like scratches in it. Like I don't even know, like a rat's been scratching at it. And it was one of those ones that it was big and plastic, and it had all the sections. Like obviously, there's a section where you can
Gross, Bill.
drop a French onion dip in the middle,
got,
and you've
like,
got your pre-cut carrot,
that-
your cabana.
You got that crimped lid.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Bill, but if you bring that in, you're gonna lose. You're gonna lose.
I would love
You
to do
know
a platter
exactly
off.
who made that platter.
I would like to do.
That was not me, for
I
the
think it
record.
was.
I would love to do a platter off, but none of us get to judge it. It needs to
But
be.
it's so expensive. I can't
It
be
needs
buying
to
all
be
this stuff.
a blind tasting from a panel of like 4. We'll obviously get the wider team.
Yeah.
It'll be a blind tasting. We'll number them so we know what they are, but they don't.
Yeah.
They will go through it. They will all score it, and then we'll have the results.
How much do you think? I don't want to make you feel bad, but how much do you think that platter cost, Andy?
Platters,
if you could
platters-
roughly put a price
so
on it.
No.
expensive.
Platters are really expensive.
Especially if you're getting like proper truffle.
I
Well, if you have to
reckon-
like 3 different cheeses plus like
This is it. But obviously nothing but the best for our
Yep.
dear friends.
I think would be in the roughly 120 range. I would say.
Oh, little shy of that. Didn't go that crazy.
Yeah,
but,
around the 100. Around the 100.
It was
range.
getting up there.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
of course we had a little bit of leftover stuff that we nibbled on Sunday.
and that would vary depending on how many people are coming over. But for 4,
That's it. And I don't know about you, but I'm a bit of a greedy gut, so I'd rather get more meat and then
Yep.
I know I've got some left over.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean?
Can we do like little like just sample size of things like on the platter?
Absolutely
like,
not.
Bell's gonna have those pickled onions on toothpicks.
peppers.
A tub of chili Philly, whatever it's called.
Bit of cabana, a couple of Jats crackers, cut up cabana, like real red skin on it. Like, oh, dude.
How good's a little nub bit with like
The
the...
end of the cabana.
Yeah,
We can all
yeah.
fight over the last
gross.
bit of the cabana.
Big
Two-
Navi cabana.
Two of us will get the nub. I like when you can actually see it tied off like a proper knot, like at the end of a balloon.
That is gross.
Ooh, let me have that bit. That's my favourite bit.
No, I would like to do a platter off.
Platter off would be good. Obviously, it wouldn't be cheap, but we could do it for the office. Like, you know, it's like after the test is, then everyone can be like, hey, platter breakfast or something.
If my wife Sam and I came over and you made a platter for us and
Yeah.
you had to do 3 cheeses, what cheese you put on there?
Wow, that's. I mean, I probably also. I mean, you don't like cheese, Ben, so I can count you out of the equation. But I probably wouldn't put blue cheese on there because I know that's quite violent on the nostrils, especially for someone who already doesn't like cheese. So I don't want to put that in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
So I would actually. To be fair, your wife told us about the French brie.
Mm-hmm.
You know that? You know the one I'm talking about? Your wife told us about this French brie that we
Mhm.
actually buy, and it's literally just from like Woolies, but it's actually real good.
Mm-hmm.
So that would get a run because I know. Well, hang on.
Big fail.
Oh,
But your
big
wife
platter fail.
suggested that.
Yeah, but pregnant women can't have soft cheeses, so you probably would have offended her. Platter fail. That's a classic platter fail.
You're going to put some sashimi next to it?
It's supposed to be the Godfather,
Some
mate.
drugs.
supposed to be the platter king.
It's supposed to be the Platter King
Big
Godfather.
wine.
Right, do we have any other business to get
Yeah,
to? such
Brody's
platter
got
chat?
to
He
pitch some
doesn't
guests.
like that he didn't pass the test.
Yeah, it's kind of annoying, but that's okay. I'm you know, I feel pretty confident in the fact that I would smoke you in a platter off.
Also, for the
I-
record, if we do a platter off, I'm taking that platter home.
No, it's for everyone to eat.
It's for-
to
it's
judge
for the wider
wider
team.
team.
Everyone to enjoy.
That's a lot of money.
Also, Belle, I'm sorry, but I think you can bow out of the platter off after your history.
For the record, I did not make that platter. That was my ex-boyfriend, aka
Well, you should.
Liam's best mate.
Well, you should take
Not my doing.
take some responsibility.
A
If
platter
Sean's
is
making-
a team effort.
It
It,
is,
it represents
yes.
the couple.
It's a reflection
it's
of a
true.
couple.
It's like-
there's no
it's like-
more accurate reflection of a couple.
if you go to a wedding and
Pretty
you
accurate representation.
and you
It's a couple.
you know you have like a shoe, like a dirty shoe or something. And you're
Yeah.
like, oh, that was my partner's idea. Like, it doesn't
Yeah.
matter. It's
Yeah.
like you know.
You should see Luke and my platter game is.
Don't
very
believe you.
Don't believe that.
Also, you don't
Well, I
like
don't-
meat, so you can never have fun meat.
Well, yeah, you'll know. You'll know.
Your
what
platter
which-
will always lose because there'll be no prosciutto,
There'll be
no
no
salami.
cured meats.
And there is just as nice things that are not death and murder.
If you serve up a platter to the team,
You'll know which
with
one's
no
mine because it will be
cured meats,
veggie.
you will be judged accordingly.
I'm not buying meat.
Well, then
Um,
you'll lose. You'll lose the platter off.
Well, hang on. Am I included in this platter off or
If
not?
you want to get smoked, then yeah.
If you want to get smoked salmon, which might appear on mine, you never know.
But no one likes those green dyed pickled onions, Belle.
I'm not buying them. Far out. Okay,
Anyway.
well, you know what?
Anyway, I think
look,
we've- I
look,
think
no,
the-
no. If
yeah.
I'm immediately going to be like deducted out of the platter off, then I'm not going to do it.
So you just want to save money and eat everyone else's platter.
Literally.
I know what's going on here. Anyway, wonderful producer Brody has joined us. I think that's quite enough platter chat for one podcast. I believe you've got some potential guests for the show this week, Brody.
Yes, and I just want to. It's either a yes or no. Okay.
Okay,
You
yep.
Take in
There's
the
no
topic,
mate.
have a think about it, and think whether there's an interview opportunity there, and it's going to be exciting.
Yep, we thought this might be a new thing we could do on the off-air pod because normally when a show finishes, Brody will run through the interviews, we'll say yes, no, yes, no. We thought, why don't we just do this on the off-air pod?
But this is a,
we
you know,
we
we're a happy
almost
family
did
here.
it for a while back in Adelaide,
Yep.
where I would bring in a guest.
There was a lot of no's.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we do pride ourselves as a show on the nose.
And because obviously it's a new show, we're getting some, we're not getting as bigger celebrity pitches. So, you can't maybe not talk to Chris Hemsworth or
Yeah,
Russell
that's fair.
Crowe.
That's
And you
fair.
might have some like lesser lights.
Yep,
and these are just some of the lesser lights that have been offered
Great.
to us.
Great.
This morning, Air New Zealand are unveiling an all-new amenities kit
Great
on
start.
Air New Zealand flights. Would we like to talk to anyone from Air New Zealand about their amenity kits?
I'm actually flying with them in a few months. I don't know.
I-
Maybe we could get a little discount.
I don't know. I think that's a no. It's
a no.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
no.
What?
And, okay, so this is another one. Would Ben Lehman Bell want to take part in a global psychedelic survey? So you take some psychedelics and then give
Oh my
feedback on
God.
those
Would actually
psychedelics.
be-
That's a yes from me.
That would be a hell of a
Yeah.
Is that
podcast.
legit?
If management can approve that one, I'm
Yep.
all in.
Yep.
And the last one is, would we like to talk to the Oxford professor who is undertaking a study and he can scientifically prove that listening to music enhances the flavour of whiskey. Would we like to talk to the
That sounds
professor
like
about
something
that?
a whiskey company have done to promote their whiskey, and it's just. Yeah,
I would rather
that's,
listen to paint dry.
yeah,
That's how boring that sounds.
That's
Although
that's
we
a
could have our
strikeout so far.
psychedelics and some whiskey and go on an Air
Yeah.
New Zealand flight.
I think
That
it's
would enhance the experience.
no, yes if management approves it, and no.
Do we have any celebs?
No, that's it so far. Just
Yeah.
the psychedelics.
Okay, fair
Well,
enough.
Okay.
I don't hate that psychedelic idea.
Hang on, we can't do that.
They have to get
though.
approved.
It's not going to happen.
Well, anyway, like watch this space. There probably will be an off-air platter off at some point.
Yep. That almost could be on-air content.
Yeah, well, I suppose. I
Platter
mean,
off,
it'd be a
yeah.
lot of like chewing through salami and stuff.
Yeah, I
would
don't,
also
know, I don't
love-
know how the bosses will feel about that.
I would also love to take calls on what's your secret platter weapon. You know, people are like,
Yeah.
oh, yeah, I always put this on there and it kills.
Yeah, Belle's keeping her sweet chili Philly pretty close.
When I said that 5 minutes ago, she was secretly like, shit,
Shit, that's my big.
that's my big finish.
Because it's like creamy and a bit spicy. I've gone all the way to France with this fresh onion dip.
Am I
finest
in
of
this platter off or
cuisines.
not? Because I'm not going to be. I don't want to be in
Gross.
it.
The crackers, but they have little bits of pepper in them.
I bet you didn't get artesian crackers.
You probably haven't even bought a lavish before.
You probably didn't get artesian crackers. What an insult.
I wouldn't have even thought you have fig in your crackers sometimes.
Good fun.
Thanks, guys.
Do you even know what tucker is, Bill?
Yes. God,
Plinth. Bill, you gotta say
not
it.
plinthing.
Bill, you have to
Not
say it.
plinthing. No.
Bill, you have to say it.
Plinth.